Hello there everyone and welcome back. There have been a few setbacks since my last episode. For the defense in Nortes IV did not go as I would have liked, and even my starbase, which I feel like I was wrongfully denied the kill of the cruiser, could have defended Nortes IV from the bombing attempts that is now suffering from. Because I think an ion cloud alone is what kept me from killing that, because it seemed to have negated my shield somehow. I'm not exactly sure why, but right now I have two choices left. I can try to somehow save Nortes IV by suiciding my eagle to kill their cruiser, which probably does not bode well for me considering the number of missiles they're utilizing, or just let it sit there until it gets destroyed, which hopefully I can rush a second eagle, I think it is. Yeah, it's a second eagle, and I can have them converge and wipe out the fleet. Because we do have an advanced military outpost there, which hopefully, if they go after that, I can at least finish off the cruiser then. I'm not sure exactly how powerful an advanced military outpost is. And otherwise, we have the defense here of Cetuse underway as well. And it looks like they are making their way over. And really, yeah, the destroyer's not going to be able to make it this turn, so it's probably going to be a sacrifice, as well as the jump gate. But I should hopefully be able to fight him off. It's not looking in my favor, but it is a possibility nonetheless. So, yeah, 4, I want you to keep building. I would like to get you a cruiser. Well, I think I can afford a cruiser at this point. Because after all, this fleet should be about dealt with, or at least I'm ready to engage it. And it'll only be a matter of time until we know if this fleet can handle what's expected of it. Especially with the Hawk here to also respawn. But I feel like I'm going to have to sacrifice. What is it? Can I build anything here? Nothing at all. So if I'm going to build a backup satellite relay, it's going to have to be at these warp points then, I guess. Not a lot I can do. Not much I could do with the space factory anyway, besides send it back. Because I already got enough of those nets, sensor nets, to kind of like get vision of the region. But nonetheless, next turn I'm going to have to send my fleet over to Cetuse IV to defend it, which means my jump gate's probably going to get destroyed, without a doubt. I think that's a safe assumption. And hopefully my fleet will be ready to deal with them next turn. Because I seriously doubt they're going to fly into an advanced military outpost or something with my fleet there. So I'm going to have to come to them. And I got to make sure my fleet's ready for that. And it's almost as ready as it's going to be. If only this destroyer was one turn earlier. Oh, go surprise, surprise. Look at them. Just hightailing it back to Altair Prime. Which quite frankly I'm okay with. Oh, the Baratze are trying to take Orion, and they have done it. Not a lot I could have done considering the circumstances, unless I want to spend a lot of my fleet over there to the middle of nowhere. Well, the main threat is the Meklar, and I want to try still to capture back the Psilon plants, which I'm in the process of starting right now. I just need to get this fleet some repairs, which I'm going to have to pay close attention if it is getting repaired, because Sakura are starting to get demolished. They're not really a threat anymore. What's going on here? Oh, news about Orion, so I already knew that. That's not a surprise. Let's continue this on now. They're rebelling, that's no surprise. Well, you figured with me being allied that would be a little less impactful, you would think, but I guess considering the Klackons had control them and assimilate them before I got here, maybe it's not so surprising. Otherwise, until it's assimilated, there's not really much I can get off this plant, aside for what's already there. So gravity, you're going to try and deal with the fact that these people are, yeah, they're acclimated to like low gravity, so that's probably why they're not efficient. But ideally, I want to try and give this a few turns. Can I just go to SKO Prime? Is that something I could do? It says victory chances completely flawless, so I think there's no defense there. Although, I probably still need extra troop transports. Oh, never mind. I could just capture it with one troop transport. Oh, that's why it's a brand new Klackon plant. Never mind. Oh well. It's probably better than being over here, just about. Considering, yeah, there's no starbase, and that does do ship repairs, so maybe I do need to have a starbase if I'm going to repair. That could complicate things some. Especially since I'm in the process of building up my resources. Oh well. I got an extra world here, it's just not the Psilon world I was hoping. With all its... all of its infrastructure already built. And I don't want to rush anything as much as I would like to. I got more pressing issues. Like responding with to these dang Klackons. Because is it a surprise they're going all tear. Thankfully, that's going to take them 3 turns to get to the jump gate. I just gotta calculate this properly, because if I go this way, can I wait a turn? Because once I get started, I'll be halfway there. Yeah, I should be alright. And then, of course, they're going to turn around. So ideally, let my destroyer come meet up with the group. And then, if I have to, I'll just bounce back and forth. It is possible I may still lose the jump gate, but hopefully this plan is not risky enough that I'm going to lose the entire fleet because of the loss of the jump gate. I'm really hoping. That would suck. But I still got 3 turns anyway, so I should be okay. You would think. And maybe if I'm so close to them, I should be able to catch them. Oh, they're actually stopped bombing the planet and they're coming after my advanced military outpost. I did not pay attention to that. Can I still destroy the frigate? Or the cruiser? That would be the best case scenario. And this is an advanced military outpost, right? Even though it doesn't want to show me it. This may be able to do the job. 1 ion beam. Don't care for that. Bunch of phasers. Oh, these are point defenses, so that's actually going to be pretty strong at dealing with the missile-based weaponry that the Klackons love to utilize. So, can I kill this cruiser? That's the most important... Oh god, that's the most useless zoom. Well, the missiles aren't going to do crap, but everything else is going to do some damage. Wow. What the hell was that? That couldn't have been my pulsons, right? Because I figured that's what already fired. Yeah, those should be the pulsons, so what else fired? Yeah, that has to be the phasers, right? Because it just obliterated them. Holy crap. And odds were not in my favor, I need to point that out. So tables have turned. If only for the loss of a starbase, a few frigates, and maybe a couple of structures on Nortes IV. But wow, my problem just corrected itself there. Let's not get too gullible just yet, because we still have this Klackon fleet of practically all destroyers, and a single cruiser. That is still a big threat. And knowing my luck, it's actually coming after the space factory. That would be amusing, I think. But nonetheless, I still have 2 turns to get to this jump gate, so I should be able to get there safely, since I'm practically going to do the first draw. Medius 3 is getting obliterated. Sakura I'm not going to be able to do much, so I need to continue to act quickly. Time is kind of against me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, as soon as I jump over this way, are they really going to be that much of a douche and fly back to Cetuse? Is that what's going to happen? The only one good thing I have with all this is my battle station will be just about built. Is it going to be enough to take on, what is it, 9 destroyers and a cruiser? Thankfully 2 of them are already damaged, but is it going to be enough? I don't think I want to put that to practice, not just yet. But we do have more ships building. This is Yan Prime, so this is my least productive world. I would like to get some more research off it, though. Oh, that's a flat research boost? 3 turns, that's not too bad. And try and get to Astro University. Because, yeah, it's not going to do much for building for me anyway. And I want to drop its pollution level some, so... I like to try and focus on my infrastructure, but I gotta figure out where the line is, because I need to keep building up my fleet for the eventual conflict I'm gonna have with the Meklar. And I need to keep an eye on repairs here. So, let's keep an eye on this one destroyer. It's almost completely repaired, so maybe next turn I'll find out if there are actual repairs on this planet or not. That would be a good test. Because it should fill up with it that close, right? Because it almost seems like it only took like 2-3 points of damage. Percentage of damage anyway. And Milif, let's see, you're a rich world. I want you to keep building. You're even a Gaia world, so you are a beautiful plant there to keep my things going. I almost want to get an advanced colony ship for you, but pollution needs to drop it down first, and holy crap. 71 turns for a Titan. Yeah, that's gonna take an eternity. I gotta hope I can just get a little bit more infrastructure going, especially since I'm in the process of just dumping the pollution right now. If I could find some research to help, well, I did get some research, or access to it anyway, for more pollution reduction, so maybe I should consider that. An Eros Prime, battle stations would be good just for the command points, but I'm nowhere near that just yet. Terraforming, defenses. I think I want defenses to kind of scare off the Darloks, because with them only having 3 systems, I think the defenses of the plants themselves should be able to fight them off easily enough. Right now, the fleet's not very intimidating right now. A couple of colony ships that are locked in their system. A handful of destroyers and frigates, so yeah. Really just focus on the cheap defenses, and that alone will practically deal with my problem. So let's end the turn and see if that hunch works or not. If I actually am going to get repairs. And there's a scout, is it? Yep. Thankfully, the scout can't do anything. But I do need to keep an eye out for more Klackon fleets if they're coming from an awkward angle. Okay, perfect. So they did not turn themselves around. Although, as soon as I get to Altair Prime, they are definitely going to turn around. That much I think is certain. If the fact that they turned around at Mirror Prime, or at Mirror, was any indication. So we're going to have this really stupid dance right now, until I can build up enough ships that I can attack from, push them from both angles. And there goes Media. They couldn't handle all that bombing, and we're gaining our voting process. And the Klackons, jeez. I'm a little bit insulted by this. I'm gonna abstain from this, but let's see, Meklar is still nowhere near a victory condition. So thankfully there's that. But that's insulting. I lost my second place seat. I guess it's because of all the colonies the Klackons took from... Yeah, all these systems are completely populated. That explains it. Even Netch here has like a whopping 5 systems that they colonized. Mind you, they're probably not very good planets, but wow, they're not too shabby. Most of them are barren though, so they could do some terraform, but everything else is good about them. So that explains that. And really, there's nothing down here to contest, aside for the planetary defenses themselves. Now I just gotta wait for my transport ships. And did the destroyer get repaired? Everything seemed to have shuffled around, so I completely lost track which destroyer was which. But I'm seeing none of them with a sliver of health being damaged, so I'm assuming that worked. So that's amazing. That gives me what I need. I can repair the fleet while I'm waiting for the colony ship, and at least don't have to worry about any tremendous losses. That's a plus. So I want to start making preparations for Titans and going heavy on the Titans and battleships, because as much as I hate to admit it, I don't think my frigates and being able to mass produce them is going to be enough, because how many Titans have I already seen? A good whopping handful of them. There was probably 3 or 4 at least roaming around. And they got a ton of colony ships already trying to expand their greedy little paws on everything. Huh, maybe they don't have as many as I thought. Because I have damn good vision of their territory, so... all their titans are probably over here, fighting the Sakura, so... those colony ships need to be quick. I'm just trying to find their titans. Maybe they all got destroyed. Because I almost know for a fact there was a titan with the clash with the Barassi. And come to think of it, I should also get a nerf phase to my plans going here. So I'm going to let Juliet finish with its destabilization, but I want to try and find ideal Mecrolar planets to kind of destabilize more to diplomacy. Ideally, I'm looking for poor mineral worlds. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but the theory is... oh, that's the home world, so the theory is it makes it so much more likely that they have very poor security on that planet. Like Priapus 2 is a good candidate there. So India, you're being exported, so who else can I move? As much as I hate to move ships or spies from my really essential planets, I would hate to do that, but apparently I'm not noticing any extra spies being trained, so I think I'm at my cap. So let's start using them, shall we? So, we're going to assign you to Priapus 2. I would like at least 2 or 3, maybe Juliet being the 4th, to kind of destabilize the relations, have everyone turn against them. I just gotta find more poor worlds for, hopefully, this strategy to work out. Population is a good backup. Oh, that's my own system. Gazelle Prime, so I do not want to destabilize my own relations. That would be awful. That sounds like the stupidest strategy I came up with yet. Priapus Prime, you're a good candidate. Now, the good news is there's so many worlds, most of which are probably just brand new colonies, so this should be really easy, outside the standard chance of failing, that I can destabilize the relations. It just doesn't want to give me an easy way to tell what modifiers are, or what tech I have to increase my chances of success. Because as far as I'm concerned, I always see medium there on the, the hardest difficulty type of espionage missions, and quite frankly I haven't seen anything that indicates being modified in any way, so I'm left wondering a little bit. So, let's see, Ferris Prime, Homeworld, you're completely average. I would love to build more colony ships. Hopefully I can have Altair and LO3 do that for me though, because I think Altair's already building a colony ship. No, it's building a battle station, just in case. And I think I could get away with colony ships afterwards. Its pollution is dropping nicely, so I should be able to switch back to production pretty soon to get that going at a really good rate. And LO3, I would love you to also build me colony ships, actually. So let's do that, and you already cut all the pollution. So I'll let the space elevator finish, because that will accelerate my production of all these colony ships I have in mind, so we'll leave that be. In fact, can I push the pollution levels further? Or, because it is already completely gone, so let's throw some more buildings in. Give it a few turns like that till space elevator finishes, and then manage it as necessary. And Eagle, I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to be saving any worlds today. They practically saved themselves at this point. So, what I'm going to have you do, well, let's probably reinforce the Sovereign Fleet, because I am going to be in this really stupid position where I'm going to have to basically dance with this fleet. Unless I can move. Am I actually able to move? Nope, I can't. So I gotta be... let me cancel this order, just in case. Did that cancel it? Yeah. I don't want to sleep, though. That's the problem. So I don't accidentally end up moving it there when I don't mean to. And we have another battleship, so that's an amazing start. But I think it's also due for upgrades, because I never did upgrade any of the original Griffin variants, so it's probably due for that. And satellite survey's done there, and quite frankly, there's nothing else needs to be done, I don't think, in the Darlock zone. Because there's no gas giant. There's asteroid belt down here, so I can at least terraform that or use that for some income. And what does pollution level looks like? Besides Yan Prime, oh, and Ferris is also notable. We are looking good. So everything's underway. It's just going to be a bit of a slow process because I'm waiting for the transport ships, which are underway now. At least 2 of them, so hopefully I have more underway. That would help a ton. And if actually, Isako could also build one as well, right? Because, yep, I could rush it. That's probably the best case scenario. Quite frankly, I think the gravity generator would be better. It should line up nicely with my assimilation process by the time it's done, so I'll leave that be. Get some more value out of the Psilons earlier, rather than delay its efficiency. Because I would assume all these planets probably don't have a gravity generator at this point, which is going to be a little bit inconvenient for me. Trying to get them productive and self-sustaining. And there's Orion completely colonized. I don't know how I feel about this. Well, there's not a whole lot I could do. The scout can do nothing but watch as the invasion fleet moves on through. And there's nothing they can do about it, because the Meklar are blocking their way. I look forward to it. Although, in all seriousness, do I really want to keep pushing through the Klackons? I think not. I'm going to take these 3 systems, I'm going to have peace with them, and then use the destabilization I have in mind, provided it works, to use the Klackons against the Meklar. Because Sakura, I hate to break it to you, you're not going to be helpful in the war to come. So I gotta be ready to strike hard. Hell, they even have plans right behind, practically in my back line at this point. Especially with, oh, I thought that was colony ships. But they got colonies everywhere. I need to fix this pretty damn soon. And we get our shield strength we want. Missile foiling sounds good for the Klackons, but will I really need it for the Meklar? I seriously doubt it. It's unlikely, even though they will have some of the missiles, but I'm hopeful my point defense will be able to do that for me. Upgrade everything, because I do recall I did, like, enhance this amount of space I have, so I'm hoping that's applied. Eagle, you're getting your well-deserved upgrade. Destroyer, this is pretty straightforward. The Griffin is the only one that hasn't been upgraded, and I haven't even looked at the Titan just yet. So you're due for a nice refit, needless to say. So we'll get to you pretty damn soon. And what is this? Warp fields. What is this? Pulsar. Damaging all nearby ships, missiles, and fighters. What the hell is this thing? Is this an ability? It looks like a bomb you throw, practically. And a lightning field. Ooh, interesting stuff. Overloading a missile fighter passing through it. So this is like another activated ability. I like the potential of this. Where was this when I needed it against the Klackons? Because I feel like I'm at the point where I don't even need it anymore. Ooh, but there's lots of goodies. Lots of unique tech that I can grab. It's just, hell, even Gaia transformation is only 2 turns. Not that I'm going to get around to that anytime soon, I think. But we're looking good. What the hell is this thing? Well, I think I'm going to stick with what I like. I saw plasma rifles. What is it? Miniaturization torpedoes, though. Do I seriously have to consider torpedoes? I think with Titans and battleships in play, I might have to seriously consider it. But what? Let me see what this thing is. Then it snares and clings to any ship, so it damages over time, basically. So I don't know how reliable it is. I'm probably not going to go with that. But I think I'm ready to make a transition into torpedoes. Maybe that would be good for my destroyer, because it is in the name after all. Instead of having to wield bombs, it's going to wield the photon torpedoes for me. I like that prospect a lot. And False Prez Prime. You're abundant, you're Terran. I'll have you build in our cruiser, I think. Actually, we'll keep the destroyers going, in our one at least. And did I check the pollution levels? Yeah, you're dropping, so you're perfectly fine. No need to panic. But another 2-3 turns till my transport ships start arriving. And I'm not quite sure how many transport ships I'm gonna need. Especially for like something like Mentor 2, which was practically one of the Psilon's main systems, I want to assume. That's probably going to have a lot of defense, so I may need a couple more. But from what I can tell here, this fleet is as good as... This system is as good as mine, quite frankly, because even the cruisers are just ignoring them. They seem to be coming straight to my system. Speaking of which, yeah, that's a surprise to no one, is it? They're just going to go all the way around to the wormhole, and they're actually... This is silly. This is just getting silly. So, I can get there and probably catch them in some form, maybe? We'll find out.